He's not going.
Shavon will not make the trip. No, we're going to keep him home. I just think right now Shavon's got to get Shavon in order, and I want him healthy, obviously, and in a good place when it's time to play. And that won't be at Indiana. See you, Brian. No scheduling questions? All right.
How have you seen his progress over the last week when we talked here? Then he was able to be there at the game this weekend. How have you seen him progress in terms of, physically, but mentally as well, kind of?
Well, it's a slow road to recovery, and so I've seen him be a little better every day. His mood's a little better. He's able to do more every day, but you don't just snap your fingers on something like this. So, it was good to see him today. He got a chance to do a few of the team shooting things and stuff like that. So, it's great to have him back just around a little bit, but he's not doing, quite as much as maybe fans would hope, but we're going to do it in the right time.
Have you had to deal with similar situations like this in the past?
Well, concussions are part of basketball. We lost Tom Lundy at North Dakota State, unfortunately, and to concussions. I mean, he just couldn't continue his basketball career. Now he's a heck of a bass guitarist, so that helps. But at the same time, you just can't rush these things back, because once you have the first one, it's easier to get the second one, and the third one, and all that stuff.
When you look at Indiana, game plan-wise, the way you guys have adjusted the last couple games, you kind of take the similar approach going into this matchup, or do you shuffle things around? What do you look at?
Well, we're going to do whatever it takes to win. There's no doubt, and if that requires, jumping up after every made shot, then we'll do that. So I think that, the guys had a good practice. They moved the ball well. They played pretty good defense. Coming down to Indiana, it's always transition defense, stopping the three. They are a racehorse team. They're like the Indy 500, man. I mean, they come at you fast and furious.
Yeah, when you're trying to come up with a plan, does it start with the three-point line?
It starts with just getting back in your defense set.
Okay.
I think any time you need to control tempo, which you do against Indiana, it's done by making them take a long time to score. If they can get quick, easy shots in transition, you got a problem on your hands.
And a lot of those are threes. Sometimes it's quick, easy shots.
Yogi's gonna get some threes now.
What do you need to do differently against Brian inside this time?
There's a lot of things we could do. What exactly we will do, I think the game will. You want to just mail them the scouting report? Is that what you want me to do? Right. And so, but we have to play tougher and better. And I don't think we were very tough inside last time. And I think we practiced, with more physicality and, but we got to be able to play hard, play tough without fouling. So that'll be a big part of it.
You look at that first matchup offensively. Now without Shavon, how much stock can you put in? What you learned offensively from your standpoint.
You mean our team offensively?
Team
offensively. I think that is one of my greater fears. Is that are we going to score enough? Last time against Wisconsin, we didn't, and it was little things like layups. So you just never know, because this is one of the more difficult environments in the country. They're 14-0 at home, I think, and when we look at playing against them, we're gonna have to take great shots. Can't turn it over. We're gonna make some shots too. We're gonna have some guys step up.
With Ed, he's basically just an emergency guy.
It'll be an emergency only type of thing.
Okay.
Anything else?
I had one more. Nick Fuller's been playing a little bit more lately because of Shavon been out.
Yep.
How did he went 5 games, he didn't even play, and now he's kind of
should be fresh, huh?
Right.
Yeah. So he's in good shape.
Have you noticed as each game goes, is he getting more comfortable just from being out there and playing?
I think he is. Yeah, I think he did some really good things in practice this week, and I think it was encouraging. I think it was building confidence for him too. I think both those things are really important.
Speaking of building confidence, I think Jake probably had one of his better games. Yeah. How can you kind of get him to carry that over? Like you said, being tougher against Brian inside, you're going to need him.
Yeah, I mean, he first of all, Dickerson and Penn State's a big team, So, but Bryant's that big, and he's a top 20 player in his class last year. So that'll be a different beast. And then you got a KG veteran like Max Bielfeldt in there too. So it'll be a little bit different, but I've got confidence Jake will do a good job.
monitored Yogi Ferrell's recent.
I've heard
quote-unquote
that
slump.
I've heard he hasn't made as many shots as he wanted to.
Anything else for Coach?
Might break out of that soon, though, right?
I hope not. You know, I'm like, if it's my idea, no, he stays on the current rate he's at. So, but I don't control much of that. Some, you know, but he's an excellent player. You know, you look at all the things he does for them in terms of guard the best player. You know, I mean, if he's a human being, you're bound to, you know, have a little bit of a peak and a valley, you know, and maybe that's just what it is right now. Hard to tell. I don't know all what you never know. A kid could have a ingrown toenail. You know, who knows?
Anything else for Coach?